What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. If you're new here, I do computers, mining, crypto, a little bit of everything. But I also have a computer shop, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm at my home garage setup right now, and I'm getting ready to ship out some items that just came in from the supplier. And these are the metal miners. So if you bought one of these and you just got an email from Tyler within the last week, he said he was configuring devices, then these are probably one of yours. He said he has another batch of about 15 coming in the first of next week, and then 20 by the end of next week. So production is ramping up, and this batch was all supposed to be shipped out by the beginning of December. So he's actually slightly ahead of schedule, which is always a nice thing. Always good to be ahead of schedule. Now it's just up to me to individually pack these things. Now, I haven't shipped a lot of ASICs in my time, but I do know that shipping ASICs, they're a little bit heavier than most normal computer components just because they're, solid and chunky. These are made out of, metal. So that can pose a problem because I need them to be, super, super safe. Now, what I plan on doing is I ordered in those inflatable foam bags so that way I can drop a foam bag down in there, inflate it. While it's inflating, put the unit down in there. It'll inflate around the unit to protect it on all sides, and then put a inflatable bag on top of it so it's encased in inflatable foam. I think that'll be the easiest, fastest, cost-effective solution to make sure these things get shipped out and stay safe, so to speak. But for right now, they still haven't come in, so that is unfortunate. So I'm going to be bubble wrapping these bad boys up the old-fashioned way. So hopefully they stay well. He did bulk ship them to me, so he had them bubble wrapped, but they were packed super tight inside of a box. So I just need to make sure I get these super tight because the jostling around is definitely what kills them. Anyway, let me flip this around and we'll get a little bit of nice footage of these devices because they're interesting. They definitely are. And some things have changed from version 1.4 to version 1.5. So these units are intended to be Bitcoin solo miners. That's their original purpose. But with the price of Bitcoin surging up to, I think it touched 90 or 89,000 within the last 24 hours, the what these earn goes up with the price of Bitcoin. And it also goes down with the price of Bitcoin if you're mining together on a pool. So these were not intended to do that, but they can do that. Any SHA-256 miner, which is what these are, can either solo mine or pool mine. These were intended as solo miners. So a very basic way for me to explain it for people that aren't knowledgeable on it is this would mine by itself instead of mining with a bunch of other people. The advantage and disadvantage of that is if it solves a Bitcoin block or basically processes, a chunk of Bitcoin transactions, it gets the whole block reward. So Bitcoin incentivizes mining and essentially securing the network and running and processing transactions by rewarding the miners that are doing the work. Now, the reward currently is 3.1 something Bitcoin, a little over 3 Bitcoin. So as you can see, at $90,000 or even $80,000 of Bitcoin, that's almost $300,000. That's deep into $200,000 if it ever solved a block. Now, the chances that these will solve a block, just like those little USBs and the Avalon Nano 3s and any other small miner, is ridiculously low. Like almost zero, basically minuscule. You're never going to do it, probably. But the thing is, people have done it, and people have done it this year, and they've done it on devices significantly slower than this. So these units do a little over 3 terahash. They are unlocked, so you can overclock them and underclock them. I had my personal 1.4 miner up to 4.8 terahash, but then I burned it up. So I was trying to shoot for the mystical 5 terahash, but it did not like sitting at 92, 93C sustained. I was basically just torture testing it. I knew it was going to die. I talked to Tyler over at Metal Miners, and he's like, yo, put it through the paces, see what it can do, see what it can hold up to. I held around 4.8. Every now and then it would spike up to 4.9 terahash for a little over 2 weeks. Now, I don't suggest that, and I will have an overclocking and underclocking video specifically for these units because they come fully unlocked. So you can change the voltage and the clocks, you can change your pool, you can change any of that stuff inside the miner, but that means you can also hurt them if you don't set them correctly. So the way Tyler sells these is they are pre-configured, so they already are set up for your pool and your wallet. So when you get them in, technically they are plug and play. Some people choose to set them up themselves. No problem with that. There's basically no harmful data that could be, you know, leaked from knowing your pool information and your wallet. The only thing people could do is either mine to your account or send you Bitcoin. That's the upside of crypto. Now, circling back around to these units, they do run off of PCIe power, so that is what your regular GPU power would be. It has 2 plugs on each of the units. I did tell Tyler I don't like this wire design. I think it's kind of like bulky or chunky. Originally he was working on having a custom cable set, but he said that was going to add, you know, a decent amount of cost to the end user. So he said for the first initial couple runs, he wanted to basically save the end user some money and keep it simple. And I can respect that. I like keeping things simple, and I definitely like saving a little bit of money. So these essentially could be plugged into anything that would provide PCIe power out. So if you have extra PCIe cables coming off of your computer, you could run them out the back panel of your computer and plug this device in. Other than power, it does need Ethernet. So each of these has an Ethernet jack all the way down through there. You'd plug it into Ethernet, you plug it into power, and then it automatically turns on. So if you lose power and then power comes back up, like in your house, these are set to turn on at power. There's no power buttons on them, so that keeps it super simple. As for fan orientation and fan design and the fan that they use on these, originally the 1.4 that I had a higher amperage fan, but it was a lower RPM because I think it had a different static pressure. I'm not super knowledgeable on fans, but he told me that these fans are rated at 3,000 RPM, but they hold slightly less RPM than that. But they're only 0.5 amp, and the design of the blades is significantly quieter than the other blades. So that's why he ended up switching and going with these Pano mounts fans. And I think that's what all of them have now. Yeah, so that was something I was concerned about because my 1.4, the fan on that thing was a little noisier than I'd like, especially if I was going to put it inside. Still not ASIC loud like some of the bigger units, but louder than I would want for, you know, if I was going to have it in a bedroom. So I figured I would just plug one of these units in and show you how loud or how quiet they are, because a significant amount of people have asked me, you know, do they make noise? And I'm like, yeah, they do make noise, but they're not ASIC loud, for example. Now, these units are pre-configured, so we will be mining to somebody else. You're welcome. Let me see what order number this is. Order number 1768. We're going to mine to your account for a little bit, so you are welcome, good sir. Now we're powering this off of a 750 watt server power supply. You could probably power a couple of these off of this unit, and then and that's actually what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to run 2 of these inside the house off of a 750 watt, and I just got them plugged in right here. So these two cords right there, and then Ethernet in. Now, if you're worried about having an Ethernet situation in your house and like being able to place one of these things in an obscure location, what I've planned on doing and what I am doing for some of my other units as well is Amazon. There's a cheap Wi-Fi extender that has Ethernet out, and I'll show you that. I'm going to do a dedicated video on that because they're like 12 or 13 bucks and they actually work pretty decent. They don't have high speeds, but you don't need high speeds for these units. You just need a solid connection, and they seem to be have no issues. It's what I've used at my office for a significant amount of time, and then now I bought additional units for my house. But let's get this bad boy powered up and get her going. So I don't know what these LEDs mean right here, but there's a green and there's a red. So I assume green is good, maybe red is bad. I'm not sure. Red lit up too with green. Sorry about my desk being a mess. But yeah, so the way the cooling is on these, he explained it to me. It's got a vent in the front. It draws air in through the front, pulls it there, and then exhausts it right here. And then it has a vent on the back, so it draws air in right here. And that means you realistically cannot lay these units flat. If you lay them down, then they won't get any air here. Yeah. So I did tell him I was interested. Is there any kind of like little mount or thing so I could stack these units up? I really like how they would look in like a stacked design, but then I guess they'd be exhausting into the next unit. So one unit would be superheating the next unit and the next unit. Okay, maybe that's not a good idea, but yeah, you can just stand them up like this, and I guess this is how they're intended to be. All right, so I'm gonna start packing these bad boys up, but one of the last things that people were concerned about is what happens if they have a problem with their unit. And me and Tyler, the owner over at Metal Miners, went back and forth and back and forth. So I am the exclusive retailer. Is that the right word? Man, words escaped me this morning. Anyway, it's still early in the morning. I am the exclusive retailer. You cannot buy these units first party anywhere else. If you buy them from somewhere else, you're buying them secondhand essentially. But also from the date of the sale for the original purchaser, they have a 1-year warranty. So if you buy this unit and by the time it gets to you, it's December 10th, 2024, you're good up until December 10th, 2025. If it has any problems, you just reach back out to me. You can reach out to Tyler at Metal Miners. His information, he's in the Discord, and his information is at the bottom of these listings, and also on the paper that he includes with these. There's like a little setup and paper and guide and stuff. You can reach back out to me or reach out to him, and then we can either get your unit, get it sent back in for repair, or swap you out with an entirely new unit if yours had a catastrophic malfunction. Now, Tyler is asking that you do not heavily overclock these. Realistically, he said if you overclock them, it voids your warranty. But I know everybody wants to overclock, so yeah, that's that flip side of that coin right there. If you push these bad boys and you overclock them, they can die. So buyer beware. Obviously, this isn't some $10,000 device, so you know, that kind of thing. He did say that he has a way to be able to know if they are overclocked. So if you overclock it and you kill it and you send it in for warranty, it is subject to be void. Now, if you have a legitimate problem, we'll take care of you. Definitely. I'll make him take care of you. Now, regardless, I think that pretty much covers all the bases. So I need to get some new pictures of these, so I'm gonna set my light box up, get a little nice pictures done, update the website, and batch 3 should be going live. I gotta talk to Tyler and see, but batch 3 for end of January should go live here in the next couple days. I asked him if he wanted to do like a Black Friday sale, because I'm gonna be doing a Black Friday sale on my website, but I don't want to offer his units at a discounted price if he doesn't want to split the difference with me, so to speak, because these are new, and there's not nearly as much margin in these as there are in the used parts market. So we'll find out about that. It'd be cool if he did a Black Friday thing. I told him, I was like, these things would absolutely destroy at $99.99. You know, $99.99 just rolls off the tongue. Comment down below, be like, Tyler, make them $99 for Black Friday. Do it. So I don't know, I doubt he will, but do it. Do it, Tyler. Do it. All right, anyway guys, I'm gonna jump off here. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.